Hey there, trumpet students. It's Mrs. Tashmarley here to help you with this problem. Usually this happens as a result of trying to unscrew your valve because you want to oil it. Okay, and so what happens is that the top part, the button here, and the stem are actually what happened was you went the wrong way. You unscrewed the wrong thing. Okay, when you are unscrewing to oil your valve, you need to unscrew the valve cap, which is way down here. Okay, you do not unscrew the button. If you unscrew the button, this might happen, or you take the button off because it's a screw. It just screws right on back in there. Okay, if that happens, that's a very easy fix. That one right there is all fixed. Sometimes what happens is this, which means that the stem part has now become unscrewed from the valve inside. This is what it should look like underneath here. Okay, there's a little piece of felt. We move that felt out of the way. And then this top silver piece right here is where the stem screws into the rest of the valve. The valve is this golden part and this gray part down here. Inside, there's this spring and the white plastic piece. Okay, when the stem gets unscrewed up here, the spring comes out and the white plastic piece can then move around. Okay, and that is what has happened on the inside of this valve. The only thing holding this together is the valve cap right here. So what's going to happen, I'm going to loosen the valve cap and it's going to fall apart into several pieces. So now you can see the spring inside of here. Okay, so we've got the valve cap, we've got the button and the stem. Okay, felt piece here. And this is what the stem looks like. This is the part that goes into the rest of the valve. All right, so we're going to take this. Spring comes out. Get the whole thing out here. Sometimes in order to get the rest of the valve out, you've got to undo the bottom cap. And then just take a pencil or something. Okay, so now it's coming out the other end. Right, and you'll see what we have now is the main part of the valve. Here's a valve that's still put together. It's got the spring inside, and here's the valve that came apart. Okay, it's not a big deal, but it feels like a big deal. All right, so I want to show you your white plastic piece can come out. It spins so that it's, up and down. This is how it was inside here. It kind of lays in there like a cup with little wings. All right, it's got little wings on the side. And what can happen is it can come up to the top, it can spin, and it can come out entirely. So a couple of things. One, the little white plastic pieces on the side are different sizes. You can see that one is bigger than the other, and it matters which way it goes in. It matters. So what you want to do is compare it with a valve that's not come apart. So I'm going to compare it with this one. I'm looking at the number, and I see that the bigger white plastic piece is on the left side and the smaller piece is on the right side. So I'm going to hold the smaller piece with my right hand. I'm going to look at the number, slide it in, turn it so that the cup is facing up. Okay. Cup part is facing up. And then we're going to put the spring back in. Spring just goes right in that cup. Okay. And now I'm going to take this all the way apart so you can see all of the little pieces. All right, I'm taking the button off and the valve cap and this little felt piece. Okay, you don't have to take this apart if they're not already apart, but I'm going to show you in case yours is already apart. This is the stem. It's like a stick attached to this little hammer-like piece here. Okay, so you're going to put the spring inside the cup of that stem and then screw it back together. The hardest part is over. The hardest part is putting that little plastic piece in there the right way. Okay, then we go felt. The felt is there to make your valve not noisy. Then we go cap. And then we go button. And now the broken valve looks exactly like a non-broken valve. Okay, that's all we had to do. Okay, it's not a big deal. Not a big deal. All right, so when you put it back in, make sure that you are looking at the second valve slide, looking at the number of the valve. Okay, that means that the plastic pieces are facing the mouthpiece and the bell. Okay, slide that down in there. And now always clockwise, always from the second valve side past the mouthpiece over to the other side of the trumpet. Always clockwise. And now it locked into place. I heard it lock into place. Okay. Put the other one in. Same thing. I'm looking at the number. Plastic pieces are on the side. Press it down. Always clockwise. Now it's locked in. Now we test it. If air goes through, then you can tighten the caps. And that is how you get rid of a wiggly trumpet valve. Practice up, and I'll see you at your next lesson.